Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. And I am Josh, as always. And this week, there was only two. We have Jimmy.
The duo.
Yeah.
The ambiguously... The duo.
The duo. We're two dudes podcasting.
Having a good time.
Joe's gone. He's
been killed.
He's been killed by one of you to take his place. No. He's gone this week, so that's that. And me and Jimmy didn't find another person. We figured we haven't done a special two-dude podcast before.
We're trying it out, you know?
First ever,
Season
only
2.
on the internet podcast with only me and Jimmy.
Yeah.
We're trying it out.
That's true.
If this gets the most views, we might kick Joe off.
Oh.
Don't tell Joe.
Yeah.
This is our pilot.
We just switched dates. We just don't do it on the same day anymore.
We waited 50 episodes and then we're like, nah, why don't we just do me and you? No.
I love it.
Lies.
Who does he think he is?
Well, Joe's not from our fair state and his family is visiting.
Oh.
So he's entertaining.
Joe, Claire, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Running around, leaving scars or whatever.
If anything, you just tell your family, yo, I got obligations. Come on Friday.
Yeah, you're busy for just like a couple hours. Old people, they're probably asleep by now.
Actually, most likely true. If we just started like an hour later than we normally start, his parents probably would have been like, well, we're going back to the hotel or we're going to go sleep in your house. I don't know how parents visit.
Go right to sleep.
Just bye. I'm bored. They tried to come and visit. I don't know. They're doing yard work or something. I don't know.
Joe just puts them to work.
Probably. I mean, you did just buy a house.
Yeah, well.
An $8 million house. Joe's swimming in money.
Yeah. Got that pod money.
Yeah. Well, since Joe's not here, I guess I'll do his job for him. If you are listening to First and Last for the very first time somehow, this podcast is a podcast where we watch the very first episode of a TV show and then the very last episode of a TV show. We talk about stuff that we think is going to happen and make predictions and figure out, our paths in life.
Yeah.
Just in general.
We just assume what happened in between. We just think that we know what happens before the finale.
I would say generally our predictions are 100% correct. If they've never listened to this podcast, why
get ready to be in Marvel.
Be ready to think, man, they must have Wikipedia'd that before they watched this episode.
We've done this a lot.
This is the 50th time we've done this.
We've done this so many times. I don't know how we aren't 100% correct every time.
Well, at least there is a mild formula to like TV shows, but
absolutely.
Maybe we should really focus in on like not like saying we should do a drama like a genre like specifically, but when we do like a comedy show, we should like be very like write notes formula. And like this is how this show did it, and then see if the next comedy show we watch has like the same thing.
I like that.
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't.
Formula. All right. Well, do you want to know what show we're doing?
I mean, yeah. Of course, I want to know.
So this show, I'll give you a clue. Claire's gonna hate this. Do you got it?
Oh, that was it. Huh?
Another clue is
no, I don't got it.
I feel like she wants us to do more like, I don't know, like lady fronted shows. Is that what she?
I feel like season 2 of First and Last has been pretty lady heavy. Who's that?
I don't know why that phrase doesn't sound right.
What? It's been pretty
lady heavy.
Pretty top loaded with ladies.
Maybe top heavy.
Top lady heavy.
Sounds like we're watching shows with big breasted ladies.
Heavy ladies.
Just Baywatch. We should do Baywatch.
Baywatch is a dope show. And then
that was on for a long time.
And then that opens
Hassle Month?
Because that opens a gate for Baywatch Nights.
Oh, man.
Isn't like David Hasselhoff like a detective in that?
Probably.
Ugh.
He's been in a lot of TV. Okay. Another clue. I don't know, like penal institution flea.
I don't know what that sentence meant.
A lockup absconding.
Are we watching Prison Break?
Yeah. My last one was jail escape. That was gonna be my last second. The one that like, oh, this is very clearly.
Yeah, this is not a show. This is one not a show Claire would I think would like.
Have you seen this show?
No.
I have not seen a second of this show.
I know that the two dudes, and I know why you picked this show.
Okay,
the reason why you picked this show is because the two main dudes in this show are in the DC Flareverse shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they have a great rapport. They have great chemistry in those shows.
Yeah. So they're the dudes that in Arrow, Flash, all that bull.
They're Captain
jazz.
Cold and whatever flame gun the other guy Mick has.
Is it just Pyro or is he something else?
That's an X-Men. That's a Marvel. I mean, it's very possible his name is just also Pyro.
Heat Shooter.
Yeah.
Captain
Shooter,
Cold and
Flame.
Heat Shooter. Well, the show's called Prison Break. So
Yeah.
are they in a prison or not in a prison at the beginning of the show?
I would assume that they're in the prison already. I mean, there's probably, and I don't even think in the pilot, I don't even think we have, I think they're in the prison. I don't even think we have flashbacks to like how they got there yet.
What do you said flashbacks how they got there, and I just assumed that this is going to be like Lost, but in a prison.
Flash sideways prisons.
Minus like a smoke monster. Probably not going to be a smoke monster.
Here are other crimes they could have committed in other dimensions.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that, okay, so are they brothers in this show? I think they're brothers. I'm going brothers.
All right.
Sure. And I'm thinking that the show starts off with one of them in jail already. And the other one out. I don't know which one. I'm gonna say the big one is in jail.
Okay.
The one that was the heat guy.
The flame one.
Yeah, the flame guy. And then the smaller one, Captain Cold guy. I hope everybody listening to this episode has watched at least.
I hope
some
you're a big
episodes
CW DC fan.
Welcome to CW Week with Jimmy.
This is what happens when Joe leaves.
Yep. There's when the parents gone. We watch.
He's the voice of reason.
But I mean, Joe would have just been here sitting quietly still, probably.
He still wouldn't have said a word up until now.
At the moment, people don't even know Joe's gone, besides the fact we told them. So the big guy is in prison. The little guy's not in prison, and he's trying to like get his brother out.
He's planning the jailbreak.
But I think he's gonna like not like break into jail. I think he's gonna do like a Joe Bluth and get like get put into jail.
Okay.
So he can break out with his brother.
Nice.
So I think
you think he's gonna do a magic trick?
No, I don't think it's gonna be like that. But I think he's actually gonna commit a crime to like he's gonna commit the appropriate crime to get placed in the
But it's all part of the
area of the jail where his brother is.
Greater scheme.
So they can scheme out.
Ooh. If that's not what's happening, that's probably going to be better than whatever happens.
I've become a pretty good pilot writer over the course.
We need to
write
Pie World.
We need to write Pie World.
Pie World.
Yeah.
It's coming. Theaters near you.
We need to get that. We need to get like some Indiegogo backers to write Pie World. I think Dane Cook should be in Pie World. He'd be he'd be the pilot in Pie World.
But like 2005 Dane Cook.
I don't think
because I want to see a where is he now, because I feel like he's in an alley behind a dumpster doing coke off an old man's genitals for money.
I was gonna go the opposite.
Is that too visual?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the whole thing in my mind. Flashed. Literally. Dane Cook flashed me in my mind.
I apologize.
I was gonna say I feel like he's like he just got he made a ton of money and then he was like cool. He's got
some specials.
He's got an apartment in LA and like a house in Colorado. Like he just chills.
Sure.
Dane Cook living good but not living too good. You know,
That's his motto.
he wants to retire, but not have to like work at a golf course when he's 65.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's probably. I feel like at some point you run out of money though, and he's gonna have to come back and do some more nostalgia jokes. Like what'll be the next wave? Because I feel like he did like 90s nostalgia a lot and got all those kids laughing, and now he's gonna have to get like the next wave of like, our first gen iPods and our flip phones.
I don't think he did any jokes or enough jokes about like what are answering machines, pagers.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
That's what I mean.
I think he's gonna have one more special, and it's gonna be all old technology based. That's all he's gonna talk about. Every single joke is gonna revolve.
Fax machines are still.
Well, not relevant, obviously, because that's.
People still use them.
Those people are stupid
It's
and need to
outrageous.
stop. They need to stop it. It's not okay.
Every once in a while, there's some like insurance thing or some random stupid thing you need to fax this. It's like, how about I just make a PDF of it and email it like a normal person?
I think okay. I was in college in 2006.
Yeah.
And a teacher was like, print the papers out and then give us like your research paper.
Sure.
And in 2006, 12 years ago, I was like, stop it. No. I'm going to email you a Word document and you're going to read it. And he's like, but I'm 100. I don't know how to do that.
I mean, to a degree, I could see where a person would want, like a teacher would want to like mark up physically things, but you just print it.
I totally understand that, but then they can just print it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I mean,
and now you have like the whole margin thing. You have the whole like correcting in notes and the
comments.
In Word.
Word's gone a lot. Word's gone far in 12
It's pretty
years.
incredible, actually. It's probably going to be president, hopefully.
Tune in next week
soon.
where me and Jimmy just take a course in PowerPoint and talk about
We're going to talk Microsoft. Episode 51.
Guys, can we talk about how good the
We're going to
Microsoft...
spend a lot of time in Excel, so get ready for that. Should we watch this show?
I mean, we could. Do you have anything? I made my thing what I thought the episode was, but
do I have anything? Oh man. I mean, I'm pretty much envisioning Shawshank at this point. / now Arrested Development. I didn't realize until you said that a lot of Arrested Development takes time in the prison. Somebody's in prison.
Well, yeah, someone's in prison the entire time.
Yeah.
Even in the new episodes, because the mom's in prison.
Here's my thing.
Or in house
Here's
arrest
my
or
one
something.
random thing. I think there's gonna be. Oh, so I should say too that there were 2 episodes that aired on night 1.
Okay.
But they are standalone episodes. So the episode 1 is the pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and then episode 2 that aired right after is just the next
Episode. Okay, yeah. I was wondering, you asked us about that, like what is the thing, because our rule here is if it's a 2-parter episode and it happens on the same night, we watch them both. Right. But if it's a 2-parter episode and happened on separate nights, we only watch the first or the last one kind of thing or whatever. And so we've never come up. We've never.
That's the title. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, yeah. We've never come up against one that has in just 2 episodes. Like, it's premiering. We're just going to show you both episodes, like episode 1 and 2. So we decided to just watch the first episode.
Right.
Because I feel like
it's a standalone.
It's got to be cheating,
especially for the pilot, because that means they just made this pilot and pitched it to, I believe, Fox is who this show was on.
I can't.
I'll do a lot of research in this next 42 minutes or however long this is.
Yeah, get it.
I'll let you know.
Thank
listener.
you. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody listening appreciates it. All right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's find out who's in jail, who's not in jail, how they're breaking out. I think 5 gunshots are going to happen in this episode.
Ooh. I think a guard is going to be killed or maimed.
We're going to, I mean, if someone gets slapped.
But the guard is going to be someone that we no. It's like someone that we've seen in other shows before.
Roseanne.
You think it's gonna be Roseanne Barr, who's a guard and gets shot or maimed?
If it starts in a woman's prison, then yes. But no,
right.
Not really.
What about John Goodman?
Nah,
what about just someone from the cast of Roseanne? Could be George Clooney.
What's the little boy's name in Roseanne?
Oh God, Timmy. I don't know.
Timmy. It's been a while.
Tiny Tim.
It's been a while since we saw Roseanne. All right, let's get it. Let's just do this. All right, we'll see you guys from prison after episode 1 of Prison Break.
Prison Break flare-overs.
And we are back.
And we're back.
From the pilot of Prison Break. Jimmy, what do you got for us?
Pilot, the 29th of August, 2005. It was 42 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Pilot. Michael Schofield is imprisoned in Fox River State Penitentiary. He finds his brother Lincoln Burrows, who is a death row prisoner, and tells him that he is going to break them both out of the prison.
So are they like brothers from a different mother or something?
That is a good question. They have different last names.
Yep.
But it says and then on the Google it says the brother of death row inmate Lincoln Burrows intentionally gets himself incarcerated, then plans to use his skills as a structural engineer to free him.
Yep, we learned he was a structural engineer at some point in this episode.
Yeah.
When he was building a popsicle stick Taj Mahal for the warden.
Yeah. Helping him out with his project.
With his science project.
His farts and craps.
His 8th grade science project. Building popsicle stick buildings.
For his wife's anniversary. She loves the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
She loved that the guy who made the Taj Mahal made it for his wife.
If that's true, then I guess we learned something today.
Yeah, well, I've already forgotten.
If it's not true, then this show's lied to us more than once. First thing I want to point out is that before we went to the show, I thought there was going to be 5 gunshots. There's only 3.
Wasn't.
There's 3. I thought they were brothers. I was correct. And I thought that the little one purposely got arrested so he could go to the jail where his brother was located. And I was also right about that. I'm essentially amazing at this show.
66%. That's like a D.
I'll take it.
A lot of other things also happened, I feel like. So we had Flame Flaro guy. He's in jail for killing the vice president's brother.
Yeah,
allegedly.
That's Lincoln. Lincoln's the one in jail.
Then his name is Dominic Purcell. I looked it up. He looks like a Dominic.
Looks like a true mobster.
He does. He looks like he probably wrestled in high school. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not wearing like a fedora the entire time.
He'll be born to play a mobster. Then we have Michael Schofield. He's got the whole blueprints tattooed on him.
Yeah, he's got he's got a full chest, back, and arms all covered in tattoos, and apparently they're the blueprints to the prison.
If you squint hard enough, they're blueprints.
Yeah, if through movie magic they imprint all of the buildings from the prison on there, you figure it out. You're like,
It does not look like blueprints at all until. Okay, so his real life name is Wentworth. Wentworth Miller.
He only has one name, just Wentworth.
Man, that'd be kind of badass. That just sounds like you're a vampire, though.
Wentworth.
I'm just Wentworth.
I'm 700 years old, and my name is Wentworth.
Let's see who else we had. His lawyer. So Michael Schofield's lawyer,
who seemed to be the lover of Lincoln at some point.
Yeah,
or that's what they alluded to.
I think her name is Veronica in the show.
Veronica Mars.
Yes, potentially. Her real name is Robin Tunney. She's also, you may have seen her in The Craft, or Empire Records, or
Nice.
End of Days, or the Netflix show Love, which is apparently really good with Brie Larson.
I might have seen her in some of those things.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you may have. And then I checked out. So this guy John Abruzzi is this character that Michael is trying to get him. What is he trying to get him to do?
Who is it? Who was he? Was he the guy who was handing the origami to?
Yeah.
He just is trying to right now. All he's trying to get that guy to do is like let him work for him in the jail, which I assume maybe he probably has access to an area that he needs access to, kind of thing, or something like that.
He's been around the block.
So he's trying to like
jail,
blackmail him.
Yeah.
With something about the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on there.
Interesting choice. But that guy, he's been in a lot of stuff.
He seemed familiar to me.
He's been in Fargo. He was in Armageddon.
Nice.
He was Dieter in The Lost World, Jurassic Park, JP. He was Satan in Constantine.
Oh,
And Minority Report, and he was also Nihilist #1 in The Big Lebowski.
okay, fair enough.
Possibly his main role of all time.
Main role, Nihilist #1. Yeah, the only other person that I really cared about, who took me a long time, which brings us to like a part that happened, is that Michael said he had type 1 diabetes, so he could go to the infirmary and get insulin shots, which he totally doesn't have diabetes. I called that the second I saw that on the piece of paper. I should start saying I don't think these characters have certain diseases to see if I'm correct. I almost
gonna call out diseases.
I almost said
exclusively.
I almost said I don't think this guy has diabetes.
You did say that.
But his nurse is the lady who plays the wife of Rick Grimes in Walking Dead.
Yeah, Lori Grimes.
She plays Lori Grimes.
Her name is Sarah something, and I don't know what that is because her character in this show, in Prison Break, is also named Sarah something.
Easy to remember.
Yeah. Profile, like for sure, she's Lori Grimes. But looking straight on, she looks so much younger to me.
Well, when did Walking Dead start?
You're going to make me... All right.
I mean, this show started in 2005. When did Walking Dead start?
Yeah.
And also, like, everybody in Walking Dead just looks dirty. Like, you know, so they all look a little weathered.
I guess that's true. Let's see. Where's that tab?
Your dedicated...
So many tabs.
First and last IMDb tab.
Okay, but then I have to
also
back up.
Also tab. Are you not using like a IMDb app? Are you using a web
I'm not
browser?
using the app.
Are you using the web browser on your phone?
I don't have room for any more apps.
Oh my gosh.
Sarah Wayne Callies. That can't be how you pronounce that. Maybe it is.
Callaway's.
Walking Dead was 2010.
So I mean, this is 5 years before Walking Dead.
Wait. Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So.
2010. All right.
So my main questions for you before, I mean, I didn't ask this is what year, I wanted to know what year this started, but I figured out it started in 2005.
Yep.
How many seasons are there?
It's 5 seasons, but it was 4 seasons in a row.
Okay.
And apparently there was one more season in 2017.
So it went like 2005 to 2009?
Correct.
And then 2017?
And then 9 episodes in 2017.
And that was it?
Yeah.
So we're watching the end. We're going 2017, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know whether or not we were doing like X-Files rules, you know?
Yeah, I don't, well...
I mean, is it supposed to be on again?
I don't know about this. It doesnthat say...
Did you do any research,
nothing
Jimmy?
I have read says that, you only want to do so much. It says that it has concluded.
Okay.
Wait. Wikipedia says January 4th of this year, Fox has officially confirmed that season 6 is in early development. So maybe we should just watch the end of season 4.
Right. So we're gonna watch the show as it was like technically originally aired, and then if we want to do a thing, we can come back.
Yeah.
To watch it. I mean, we do it like the X-Files, where we only watch the first 9 seasons, but there's a 10 and 11.
Right.
Because those happen.
They don't. Yeah.
A very long time after the show.
That's a reboot.
Yeah, and I mean, this is essentially
4 seasons on Fox, 81 episodes. August 29th, 2005 to May 15th to 2009.
Can you think of anybody that you would get full body tattoos and then break into a prison to try to break out?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, all kinds of people.
Like if I went to prison, would you come save me via prison tattoos?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this pilot made it look. Now I know how incredibly easy it is. I just have to fake a disease
to get into prison. Yeah,
get some tattoos.
It's pretty easy to get into prison.
He robbed a bank poorly, and now he's in prison.
He just robbed a bank with 2 guns. Yeah, the beginning was he walked into a bank, had 2 guns, just shot them in the air a bunch of times. It was like talking to a lady, be like, "Open the vault," and she's like, "Dude, you got like $500,000." He's like, "Open the vault," and he shot the gun more. And then the cops came. Then he just put his guns down.
The guy knew what he was doing.
And then had a trial, and he was like, "Nah, I did it." And then he went to jail. And his lawyer was maybe his brother's lover or something.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
And his roommate, Fernando.
I thought his name was Hector.
I think, well, IMDb says it was Fernando.
No.
Maybe.
I thought the lady was like, "Oh, Hector."
Oh.
But that was after they banged. Maybe she was
that.
confused. Because we definitely witnessed a conjugal visit.
He was the only notable thing really that he has been in is his character is Orange Julius in Too Fast, Too Furious.
God, yes. So he has one of the best movie roles ever.
He was also in A Good Day to Die Hard, which I think that was the first of the remake of when they started making those again.
First of the fresh Die Hards.
Yeah.
Super fresh.
I think it's the one with the parkour guy. Who calls him a hamster.
Oh, I don't know.
Bruce Willis.
They did that thing where they put parkour in a lot of like action movies. They did it in James Bond.
There was a few years there. All those big parkour guys were in the films.
Where parkour was real hot.
Yeah.
But
not as hot right now.
Died out. Parkour died out.
I'm sure it'll come back.
Why not?
Madonna will do a tour.
Seeing somebody do what? Explain that comment.
So the guy who was in Casino Royale, the James Bond,
the parkour guy
from
the beginning,
like right before that movie, she got really into parkour and she like released an album and she did a tour and like she had like parkour guys and she had like a set on stage of just like scaffolding and they just like parkoured around.
Like while she
just sang.
That sounds great.
Yeah, pretty cool. There's some cool YouTube videos you can pull up of that. Sebastian Foucan, I think is how you say his name.
I'm into that.
Big
I think that's
parkour guy.
I think it's the best way to do a tour. Hire dudes that can jump around.
Yeah, I'm sure it was super entertaining.
What do you want me to do, Madonna? I don't know. Just like
you're so ripped.
Jump and fly and do whatever the fuck you do, man. Whatever. Just don't die on stage. Cause
I mean,
I'm gonna keep playing.
She probably just keep singing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules.
She's got to be totally insane.
Madonna?
Yeah. I think she's got to be like 98%. Not a person you could just have a conversation with.
I would say she's probably out of touch with a lot of things, but I wouldn't say completely insane. I don't think she's Tom Cruise levels of nuts.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident Tom Cruise is one of the most out of touch humans in humanity.
Maybe he's not human.
That would be awesome. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
If he was just like... He's just like a sentient like robot from another world, but he didn't like know that he was that.
So you're just saying he's a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica?
Sure. I don't know because we haven't first and lasted Battlestar Galactica.
Fair enough. Well, whatever. I don't know. I was interested. I'm trying to figure out what this guy in the Michael guy in the show is doing with the insulin. I don't see the point. He did put an origami bird down the drain.
Yeah, he's putting stuff in the drains
to figure it out. So I think all he wants is access to the nursing station, or whatever. So I don't think insulin has anything to do with it because it's just going into him, and it's not like he can take it out after she injects it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think he's just using that because it's it's a integral part room for his escape plan. So that's my only thought on that.
Okay.
But besides that, I don't know. It was a pretty good. We figured it out. That one guy, Lincoln, has a kid that hates him.
Yeah,
which kind of kind of understandable. I guess if your dad's going to jail for life and you're a young teenager, it's kind of
getting into trouble now.
You're either still worship him or you're fuck you, dude. It's one of the two, I assume, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean he's probably just getting into trouble just to get attention,
acting out
like you do. He got caught with 2 pounds of weed, like moving weed for some guy.
Someone's like, "Oh, you're trying to start a record?" And I'm like, "The record isn't 2 pounds."
Yeah, that was what his mom said.
So stupid.
So so Link has like a wife, former wife, and a child, but not Robin. Veronica is her character's name. Totally loves him.
The attorney. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's got a dude.
Interesting.
She's
oh yeah, and she's engaged.
Something.
They were looking at wedding stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're not into this," and she's like, "Oh, I'm so into this."
I don't know. I feel like it was. I get what the one guy I know Michael's motivations for this whole pilot. I know what the premise of the show is, but nothing really too exciting happened. It was just an okay pilot.
I mean, it definitely made me want to things were thought out well, and it made me interested in watching more.
I am curious about how they escape, but I almost want to just get to that.
Just skip ahead to that.
Which brings me to my first prediction.
Ooh.
I think they're already out of prison.
Yeah.
And they've been out of prison.
Right? They gotta be.
I think in 4 seasons, I think they're already out. I think they're already out, and I think they're fighting crime.
Okay.
As in
they're PIs?
No.
They're vigilantes? You think they're Flaro?
No, I do not think they're superheroes fighting just regular crime.
That's too bad.
I think that whole thing with Lincoln killing the vice president's brother or whatever, that whole thing they're saying, I think that was probably some sort of organized crime thing that happened and they pinned it on him.
Right.
So then,
he said he thought he was set up.
So then they're trying to take down / get that other guy to be pinned for it. So they're going after a crime thing. So they're fighting crime, quote unquote. So that's 2 of them.
Okay.
I think that the prison nurse, aka Lori Grimes, I think she's now married to Michael.
Ooh, okay.
And then
interesting.
And then for my 4th one, there will be a cowboy hat on someone's head.
You think Snooki's involved?
God, I hope so.
You think a woman gets punched in the face in this last episode?
No. I'm gonna go no.
That's too bad. What if they're getting out of prison and just one of the guards is a woman because it's 20.
They don't have they don't have women
2009.
guards in maximum security men's prisons.
I mean,
they just don't do that. That's not
okay. My first prediction is that so they're out of prison. I also think that.
Yeah.
But I think now Michael is going to prison.
Oh, so he's on trial, on his way to go back to prison.
He's been accused. He's been guilty, and now he's going to prison. That's setting up a sequel scenario. I think Robin and Link are together. So attorney lady and Link.
Okay.
Link is out. He's not with the wife and the kid. He's with Robin.
Sure.
She's left what's his face. Didn't even look that guy up. Was not interested.
Wasn't important.
I think Orange Julius. I think he's dead.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah.
He's for sure dead. And I think Kid LJ, he's now getting caught on purpose to a crime to help save/break out Uncle Michael from prison.
So you think that's the bookend?
I think that's the bookend.
The bookend is the kid's gonna. Does he get tatted up?
He's got to have some tats by now.
Maybe.
4 years later.
Interesting. Okay, it's a very interesting bookend right
Thank
there.
you.
Don't think that. I don't think that's gonna happen. But it's fine.
Fuck you.
Side bet. I still think there's gonna be 5 gunshots just for fun.
I think there's gonna be like 5 mullets.
Mullets.
Yeah. Not bullets. Mullets.
I think 5 bullets. You think 5 mullets.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Take your wager. Raise you mullets.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to dive into the finale, or the first finale.
Yeah.
The first supposed finale of Prison Break. We will see you after that. And we are done with Prison Break. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. We are kind of done with Prison Break.
Kind of done because there were 2 other episodes that only played in the UK, and there's now been a reboot season of 9 episodes with another one to follow.
Yeah, so we watched season 4, episode 22, Killing Your Number, and according to IMDb, there was 2 other episodes that apparently only aired in like the UK, which is weird. And then obviously they did a reboot something in 2017, which is weird. Yeah. So it had to be in like a reboot, like changing. It had a So okay, so the ending. We'll skip to the very ending of this episode of the finale that we watched.
Spoiler.
Michael died.
Michael's dead.
Yeah, he died
4 years later.
Yeah, so we watched the
Which
events.
is funny because it was 4 seasons, but it must have been as if it were all in 1 year.
Maybe,
right?
I don't know.
If it was 4 years later, but it still said he died in 2005, which is when the show came out.
Well, I mean, the show didn't have to take place in 2005.
I guess not.
But they exonerated themselves at the end using some sort of computer chip called Scylla.
Yeah, but they brought the Scylla back.
Scylla. And then it went to 4 years later, and it just kind of showed everybody with their families one by one, and then they all visited Michael's grave.
Yeah,
because he was dead. Well, right before that, he had a nosebleed, and she wiped it, and they were like, "I love you," and he's like, "I do," and they they looked concerned about the nosebleed.
Oh,
so maybe we knew throughout the show that he actually had I don't know, cancer or something like that. I don't know. I mean, we don't know, but
maybe
I kind of assume that
probably from all the insulin and tats.
The viewers probably found out that there was probably something wrong with him at some point. So
yeah,
and maybe I wouldn't be surprised if it was that happened and only Lori Grimes knew, only the nurse lady, who was back, are still around.
Did not see that coming.
But do you have a write up for this episode?
Yeah, I've got some write ups. So the IMDb says after the general catches the brothers and raises the stakes by abducting more of their relatives, Michael escapes with Scylla. Scylla. I don't know how. And then let's see. Oh, I have so I just have pulled up the IMDb for the first episode of this like reboot season.
Yeah.
And it just says 7 years has passed and everyone moved on with their lives. Michael is discovered to be still alive after his apparent death and has ended up in a Yemen prison. From which I assume they have to break him from.
Wow. So you're saying in the, it's not a, they like retconned it, but they didn't retcon it in like they changed the ending. They just said he's alive. So how did
they just he somehow didn't die? That makes no sense.
From what seems like a disease or something to us.
Something that he very clearly like his family watched him die from.
And instead he ran away from his wife and kid.
Yeah, you know, like you do.
Wow. Or at least lover and child. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so this whole thing, it had that Hernandez guy from the first episode who consummated in the... Fernando Hernandez, right?
So racist.
Isn't his last name... Isn't he...
I'll look it up. I
thought his name was Hernandez.
It very well maybe.
And then they had the brothers too. They had the nurse. And then some new white guy with a 5 head. Forgot who he is.
Yeah, William Fichtner is his name. When I ever see him, he makes me think like he's got to be like Will Arnett's dad or something.
He's in one of the Nolan Batmans.
Oh yeah.
It's like just a mad lawyer guy or something like that. Oh,
he's in Armageddon.
He's in the very beginning of Dark Knight. He is the guy that tries to shoot the Joker with the shotgun when he robs the bank at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy.
Yep.
Yep.
He's in Armageddon. He was in Entourage for 13 episodes. He was in Contact.
One of the greatest movies of all time. Hail Jodie Foster.
I thought you'd like that.
All hail Jodie Foster.
Oh man.
Queen of the movies.
Was she in a TV show?
I don't know.
Probably.
But
right.
I'd watch that show.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
She guest starred at least at some point.
I forgot what I was looking at.
I would say this is one of the more confusing episodes or finals that we saw, just because like I don't know what Scylla was. It was a computer program that the UN really wanted, apparently.
Yeah, some sort of weaponized computer.
Some general wanted it, the bad general man.
The bad general.
And
bad general was great.
And he wanted it to do bad things, it seemed. And then there was a guy who wanted it for the UN to exonerate them, who seemed like they didn't trust him either for most of the time.
I thought he was the bad guy at the beginning of this. He seemed way worse than General, dude.
Yeah, he ended up being like a congressman in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like running for office.
Yeah, and it was like they could have just called that guy at the beginning of this episode. So something weird,
seemingly for quite a while.
So, yeah, something weird was between those people and them. But he got a hold of that Scylla thing, put in the computer, and they're like, "We got it," and it's cool. And then they all signed papers, and that was the end. It really was. Michael shot his mom, or tried to shoot his mom.
Yeah, Laurie Grimes ended up shooting his mom.
Yeah, so his mom got shot.
Which died.
Which is one of those, like, I mean,
as far as we know.
I saw that lady walk in and I'm like, well, that's his mom. This is stupid. Like, I don't like that trope very much. I wasn't into that.
There seemed like there was a lot of players going on. So was she like with the general? Is General his dad?
Ooh.
By the way, General, his name is Leon Russum, and he is also in The Big Lebowski. He's the like Malibu police chief who throws his mug at Lebowski. Tells him to stay out of his beach town community.
This is a Lebowski-filled show.
Yeah. 2
people.
Yeah.
That had minor roles in Big Lebowski.
But great roles.
I have a couple questions, like just kind of this show just posed like interesting questions of why people do these things. I mean, it's like they do it because of like it's faster for the show, you know? It works better for TV.
Sure.
But it's like, as a viewer who has now become critical of TV, I go, this isn't how you do this. And my first was, they made the general, like Lincoln's like lover was being held at gunpoint or in like hostage. and they made the general call some guy to like let her go, and it was only them in the room, and then made the general call. Why would you not make the person you're pointing a gun at, who you're forcing them to make like a phone call, why would you not make them put that call on speakerphone? Because
good point.
Like hello, like you hear the other, if you could hear the other line, you'd be like, tell me to let her go if you want me to just kill her. And he's like, let her go. You know,
Right,
like
right.
I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, they could clearly have a prearranged
you.
phrase.
He's a general. He's got like,
he knows what he's doing.
he's got like safety phrases and stuff. I don't know. Times like that make me like wonder like why wouldn't you put it on speaker? Let me hear.
Yeah.
I need to hear. I don't know.
Yeah. In that situation, though, I mean, she's probably dead anyway, right? If he says like the phrase.
I mean, maybe, but I mean,
Sophia was her name.
Yeah. She probably, yeah. They're probably dead anyway, but it'd just be like, I would like to hear what they say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's interesting. Obviously, it's movie magic, and it just works better.
And apparently they had flip. I feel like the technology in this show seemed behind the times.
They were using razors, like flip phones. They were all using flip phones.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess if it was all still supposed to be 2005, that makes sense. That checks out.
I mean, yeah, that sounds all right. Other thing is the people that were like the Hernandez guy, and there was another guy from prison. The guy who, the guy who like sold him the anti-insulin drugs.
Did I write his name down? No, I didn't. But he's the cop in Sons of Anarchy. He's like he becomes like the sheriff in their town.
I think a season of that show.
He's great.
But they ran into where the general was, and I saw them at least kill 2 people. And I'm sure
bad guys. I'm sure self-defense.
They shot those people in the back. They killed at least 2 people. They were exonerated in the end, but it's just, I'm wondering, there's no way the legal system would work out so well that, like, you did cool, but you did kill like 25 people.
You did kill several people. It's bad guys for sure, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, some of them would be like, they were trying to kill you, like, you're fine. But I bet during the course of this show, some of those good guys killed some questionable people that there's no way they should be like cool with.
Yeah, you're just exonerated.
It's very
especially considering now you got me doing it. Fernando, that's what I was looking up. What his last name was?
Fernando Hernandez.
He was like, I'm trying to clear my name. It's like, dude, you're not trying that hard, bro.
Right? Yeah, and
you
then
were murdering people at will.
And then I don't. It just makes me think of like you play video games and you play like Uncharted, like the Indiana Jones. Yeah, I know you do. That's why I'm bringing this up for you and all the other listeners that play amazing PlayStation exclusive video games. Like in Uncharted, Nathan Drake just like kills. He just kills hundreds of people, and he's like supposed to be the good guy. And it's like, oh, they're bad guys, but it's like, no, this guy kills so many people.
Yeah,
there has to be a point
where
you're like, this isn't okay.
He's a murderer.
He's just a murderer. Mass murderer.
Speaking of video games, so random chick that's Lincoln's lover, who's not the attorney from the first episode, Sophia. The only thing that I saw noteworthy on her IMDb, which is that she is a voice in Mafia 3.
Oh, the video game that both me and you are playing right now.
We're playing. That happened to be the August PSN free game.
Is she Alma?
She is.
I just met that lady today.
You son of a bitch.
That's why I guessed it. Play Mafia 3, listeners, with us.
Fernando's last name is Sucre. Sucre. I think maybe he's Puerto Rican, right? Maybe is there French? No, it's
Puerto Rican for Hernandez.
God damn it.
I don't know. I swore they called him Hernandez. That's why I've been saying
Someone may have called him that, like, derogatory. Yeah.
Well, I missed it. Then I'm sorry.
Play Mafia 3. # Follow us, PlayStation.
Yeah, it was funny. Like they killed 2 people. Like, I'm trying to clear my name, and it's like, dude, you just murdered people.
We just watched you shoot people.
And it's quite possible
death.
that those people like are bad people technically, but it's also possible that they're like, we work for the general, and we just have to
orders.
do what the general says.
His name's the General.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He orders.
You walk into a room, the guy's like, hey, I'm the general, and you're like, well, I guess I'm following your lead. I guess you're in charge of me now. I don't know.
Yeah. What else?
I mean, yeah, not much. I mean, like, it's like not much happened. But probably a ton did. You know.
Yeah,
It just the problem is, I think the biggest question I'm left with is just, for this show, I want to know how I want to see the episode they broke out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see just that episode, and then I just want to know what like Scylla was.
Yeah.
It probably was some nuclear
the company.
Oh yeah,
The company, which seemed like the bad guys.
Was that where his mom worked for?
Yeah, I think, and maybe like his mom and the general are in cahoots. The company.
Couldn't tell if there was like 2 sides against him or there was like 3 sides with his mom, the general, and that Congress guy.
Right.
Like it might have been a 3 or a 2. I can't
3-way.
tell. Yeah.
There was one other guy who I just wrote down as the bad Creole accent guy.
Oh,
who was like
the guy
helping
that was
them / not helping them.
Guy was all beat up.
Another guy from prison. Yeah, he got beat.
He's in stuff.
He was in the Flareoverse.
Oh god.
He was a bad guy named like King Time or something. I don't know. He was in Flash and Arrow.
Okay.
He was in like a crossover.
I mean,
week.
He meant nothing to me, and he was just an annoying character.
Yeah. He was the worst.
Yeah.
He's definitely from like Ohio. He's not Southern nor Creole. It was a terrible accent. It definitely, like, I was very aware that he was doing a bit the whole time.
Yeah, he was pushing that one a little too hard.
That's been bothering me lately. If like noticing that people are doing accents.
The only accent people can do when acting legitimately is British people being American.
Yeah.
100% sold on that.
Yeah.
But
or whoever being American.
Pretty much anybody can be American.
Like
Americans,
Hugh Jackman is like, where is he from?
Australia. But here's the deal.
Nicole Kidman.
Here's the deal. Americans, you can't do their accent.
No, you can't.
You're not good at it.
You're bad at it.
You're really bad at it.
Oh, you know who's really good is what's his name? Spider-Man. He doing American. Who's not from.
Oh yeah, what is he?
He's British or something.
English, something like that. Okay.
Some kind of
Tom Holland.
Island. Tom Holland, great at Spider-Man.
Good Spider-Man.
Great at like the Bronx accent or whatever. Queens. What is he?
Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, I'm walking here.
Bippity-bippy.
I'm a Spider-Man. I'm walking here.
I need a pizza pie.
I'm web slinging over here.
You know what Prison Break kind of felt like? It felt like a like shitty Godfather, like a, trying to be a bad mob thing.
It's just an interesting concept because you can't do 4 seasons of them in a prison to try to get out.
Right.
So it's kind of obvious that they had to be out of the prison.
Right.
But like,
where do you go?
Their weird redemption story, I don't know what it was technically, but I feel like it went way too far over the top.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I actually read on the Wikipedia that they pitched it to Fox in 2003 and it did not get picked up because for that reason. They're like, where does this go?
UFOs.
We can't make this a show. But then Lost got picked up, which was a similar like, what are they're going to get off the island and then where do you go? And then that show was fucking eaten up. Everyone loved that show.
Except they did like mythical stuff and like supernatural, whatever.
Outrageous things.
And so it made sense, like them going back to the island and doing the stuff that they did.
Well, when you have J.J. Abrams.
When the J-Brams.
But so well, they decided to take a risk.
You got a whole season of time travel in there because you got a J-Brams. So.
Right. Yeah, I don't think there was any time travel. Although maybe there was time travel, and that's how Michael comes back alive.
Yeah, right. God, I
and
want
ends
to.
up in Yemen.
I want to watch. I want to watch the first episode of season 5 now to see how the hell they justify this man not
Yeah.
being dead and like his family not knowing or something.
Yeah.
Because that's ridiculous.
Yeah. What are you doing later?
I think
Listeners,
I'm gonna, not
I'm
tonight.
talking to the
Not-
listeners.
Oh, good. You want to watch? You want to watch
Hey
season?
guys, tweet at me.
Watch season 5, episode 1 with Jimmy.
What are you doing? Do you got tacos or what's your taco situation?
I'll be honest. I'd be way more into you watching it with somebody else and just telling me what happened. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm more into that.
Sense.
Should we jump into these predictions?
Yeah, did we get any points?
I mean, I got some. I said number 1, they're not in prison anymore.
That's very
Very true. I said they are fighting crime.
I think that's true. They were fighting bad guys.
Yeah.
They were murdering bad guys.
Yeah, they were doing something with
and
crime.
bad moms.
I think the prison nurse is married to Michael.
I mean,
So-
I don't know if they had a wedding.
So the problem is I think during the current time of the last episode, they weren't married. They were
Yeah,
just
by
lovers.
the end for sure.
But by the end, when he was dead and they had a kid, I mean, by conventional senses,
Yeah.
they were probably married.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm going to take the point. And then I said there would be a cowboy hat. And unfortunately, I saw no cowboy hats. I don't
No
think I saw a
hats.
single one. Not even
No
in like
hats.
crowds of people. No cowboy hats.
No.
But I'll take 3.
Not a lot of extras.
Do I get any points for my first round, my pre-show of them being in jail and being brothers and whatnot?
I mean, it's called Prison Break, so they're gonna be in jail.
Well, I said, but I specifically said the big one was in jail and the little one was not.
So you want 5 points
I do.
for Prison Break?
It's not going to make me win the season.
Can I just hold on? I'll just hold that thought for a second. So I had Michael is going to prison, setting up a sequel. He's not. He's dead.
Yeah, no. If you call hell prison,
I mean,
ain't no way that guy's going to heaven, right?
I'm Catholic, so yeah. Okay. Robin and Link are together. Robin is gone. Veronica. I keep calling her by her real name.
Oh yeah, Veronica Mars.
Veronica
Yeah, no, she's not.
Mars, I think was her. Yeah, he's mysteriously not even with his wife, with some woman named Sophia, who's in video games. OJ's dead. OJ's not dead. He's there and he's clearing his name.
Gotta clear my name.
Cannot believe he made every episode.
Did he make
insane
every
to me.
episode?
I mean, he made the bulk of the series.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
He made the finale.
He made it to the end.
Did not see lasting power out of him. LJ gets caught on purpose to save/break Michael out of jail. We had literally one name drop of LJ.
They said his name once. So
Yeah.
that's
Hooray!
And it sounded like he was just in college, is what the little name drop was. He goes, I told him to take his finals.
Yeah. He's just living his white life somewhere. I got 0 points.
Nice.
So
5
I didn't even see any mullets.
5-0.
Well,
Nailed it.
it's been real.
What are you doing? Are you watching the show more?
Man, I would think
Would you recommend this show to Joe?
I think this would be a good show for anyone to just burn through the first season. I want to say that by the end of the first season they've broken out.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, what?
Right?
I mean, it's 24 episodes, right?
Yeah, and it was yeah, and I think originally Fox bought 13, and then it was going so well they paid for the extra whatever.
Okay. I mean, it seems like with him going into prison and doing all those weird things and having all the tattoos that it was going to be kind of a fun puzzle prison break kind of interesting mystery show for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that way. But then once they get out of prison, I just don't know how they keep that up.
Yeah.
So
It could have been a great just TV movie.
Would have been a great one season show.
Just the like reverse heist, And then they could do like a The Rock with Sean Connery, where he's like, "This guy busted out, and we gotta go in there."
They could have made it into a heist show. Like they get out, they break out of prison, and then all of a sudden, like that guy with the tattoos, like uses his like structural engineer thing to like do heists
it's
or something like that.
It's a superpower. Let's do something like that.
But no,
what is Lincoln even good for? He was in jail the whole first time, just being a sad sack, and then he's just shot the whole time, half dead. This episode, dude sucks.
He did nothing.
I'm very disappointed.
He did have his shirt popped open a little bit with his with his like dope ass pecs thrown around. Like I mean,
yeah.
He was looking good the whole time.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a positive.
Right,
Lincoln's my favorite character in the show
because he had his pecs out.
Yeah, he's the best looking dude. I would say he might be the best looking person in the entire show, men and women alike.
Well,
I didn't. I saw Michael's pecs. I wasn't into him. They're full of tattoos.
He's pretty scrawny.
Yeah, he's a scrawny dude.
What's funny though is I think like seeing them in like the Flareoverse, like they both seem pretty they're pretty scrawny. Their characters are always real tough guys, but they're not like huge by any means.
Nah, I mean
they're not playing like Chris Helmsworth like Thor on the big screen,
Only the bad guys don't always have to be big and jacked. Only the big jacked Thor good guys need to be big and jacked.
That's true.
Except for Flash. Flash doesn't need to be jacked. He just runs.
He just runs fast.
And a big jacked runny dude, it's kind of weird because like people that run really fast or like really far, they're not usually jacked people. They're just like super lean muscle like scrawny dudes. True. So.
And they can sing. Did you see that episode of Flash? That was weird. And they realized that the CW like Flareoverse had like 80% of the cast of Glee in it. So they decided to do a musical episode. Have you not seen this?
I don't know, man.
I feel like everybody go home.
I feel like I've seen people sing. I don't know. Go home. Where do you think they are? Do you think they're all at a theater listening to this?
Maybe they're listening to it at work. In the car.
They're driving home.
I don't listen to podcasts at home unless I'm like mowing the lawn.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, hey, dudes and ladies, and dogs and cats, whoever's listening to this podcast, we enjoy you. Thank you so much. Think about going somewhere and rating us 5 stars, whether it's on iTunes, Stitcher, a whiteboard in your house. Just write our podcast name down and then draw 5 stars behind it. We would appreciate it no matter what.
And then tweet a picture of that, or like Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then we'll just email Steve Jobs and say we did a good job. But
in heaven.
But anyway, thank you for doing that. If you want to get a hold of us and do any show suggestions or tell us how much we suck or how much you like us, first and last at Gmail, on the Twitters. And we have a Facebook as well. All that F&L podcast. All of those at that. Thank you very much. Once again, next week we will have Joe back because it is our final show episode of season 2.
Ooh.
We have one more. We have one more show to do in season 2, and then we have the first and lasties again because that is a thing we now do forever.
Yeah.
But until
the wrap up.
Yeah. But until then. Have a good week, and, watch TV safely.
With, make sure, you use protection.